The jungle was quiet. Too quiet. But inside that silence, a storm was breathing. A storm that would challenge the greatest military power on Earth. Not with weapons, but with memory, patience, and the belief that freedom is not something you receive. It is something you hold. This is Vietnam. A land of mountains, rivers, rice fields, and rain. A land where every path has a story. And every story is tied to the soil. But in the mid-20th century, this land was divided. North Vietnam wanted one united country. South Vietnam wanted to remain tied with America. So the world's most powerful nation stepped in, believing it could shape the destiny of a people. America brought everything. Aircraft carriers. Bombers. Flamethrowers. Helicopters that shook the sky. Each rotor blade sounded like a promise. We will win. But Vietnam did not speak in promises. Vietnam spoke in endurance. The American soldiers fought bravely. But they were strangers to this land. They walked on soil that did not know their footsteps. They entered forests that did not recognize their breath. The jungle was alive. Not just with trees, but with eyes. Every leaf, every shadow, every whisper of wind was a warning. The Vietnamese fighters moved like the forest itself. Silent, patient, invisible. They did not stand in open fields. They did not wait to be found. They fought from underneath the earth. The Siu Chi tunnels became their world. Narrow passages carved through mud and darkness. Places where hope was carried not in words, but in will. Down there, the war was not loud. It was quiet. Slow. Endless. But courage does not need noise. Above ground, the world changed. Napalm fell from the sky. Villages burned. The earth turned red. The air became smoke. Mothers ran with children in their arms. Homes disappeared in seconds. Dreams turned to ash. And yet, the human spirit did not collapse. The farmers who planted rice in the morning fought as soldiers at night. A boy who had never held a book held a rifle to defend his village. A girl who once collected flowers became the one who bandaged the wounded. This was not just a war of armies. It was a war of ordinary people who refused to surrender the place they called home. Meanwhile, in America, the news traveled back across the ocean. Students protested. Mothers cried. Families asked a question that echoed through every street. Why are we fighting this war? The battlefield was not just in the jungle anymore. It was in the hearts of millions. And slowly, the truth became undeniable. You can conquer land. You can destroy buildings. You can burn forests. But you cannot defeat a people's memory of who they are. Years passed. The war did not end in a celebration. There were no parades. No victories shouted from rooftops. America withdrew. Not because it lacked power, but because power alone was not enough. And Vietnam, burned, broken, scarred, stood upright. Not victorious. Not proud. Just unbroken. There is a different kind of victory in that. A quiet victory. A victory of the spirit. Because sometimes, the strongest army is not the one with the biggest weapons. It is the one with the deepest roots. And the people of Vietnam carried something no army could destroy. The memory of their home. And a nation that remembers can never truly be conquered.